Hi guys. So today is shocking, another busy day, but I wanted to do this video. I have two things I want to talk about, and I'm very close to my destination, so this whole video is not going to be driving around basically. So let's talk about it. First thing is that I'm currently collecting questions on my community tab. I'll probably leave that up for another day or so because I wanted to do a Q&A for you guys. I'm going to try to focus on some stuff that I don't talk about often or kind of like one-offs. I'm going to try to, pick the ones that I think are not talked about very often. But one that I received is, and I'm still going to address it in the other video, but some people asked about how do you deal with trolls? Not the people who want to have a conversation, just the people who are very clearly full of hate, and that's just their kind of MO, is nothing that you do is good enough. And they're thirsting for a reaction. How do you deal with people like that? So I want to touch on that in the beginning of this video because I think impulse control is something that a lot of people struggle with. I would say that I've even struggled with impulse control before. But one of the things that I have really tried to get better at is thinking about things before I react to them or think about them before I respond. I've definitely not been perfect, and I've gotten snarky a few times, during my time online. But I think if you sit back, at least for me, if I hear about someone trolling and it's brought to my attention, which a lot of times it's not because I'm doing other things and it's just not on my radar. But if I am aware of it, and I kind of take some time and leave it there and don't respond, and I sit back and think about it, I constantly think of things as like a big picture. I'm dealing with a handful of trolls in a certain video's comment section. I try to think to myself, what does this look like in the big picture? And for me, the things in my big picture are like my day-to-day life, the friendships that I have, relationships that I have, my connections with people that are in my real life, my job, the things that I put my energy into, my dog, all of those things. Like, how does a handful of negative comments, what does that have to do with everything else that I'm focusing on? Should I take energy away from all of these other things that I have going on to truly sit down and focus on these few comments? Does that make sense for me to do today? And usually, once I'm made aware of it, I will sit back and think about it. And 9 times out of 10, it's a better choice for me personally to just let it go. Now, I'll be really honest. If I did not have the impulse control that I try to maintain on my channel, there would have been so many times that I could have come on and made videos and called subscribers out and dragged them and said some not so nice things if I would have just acted on impulse alone. Because some of the things people want to run around, oh, sticks and stones can't break my bones, or words will never hurt me, or whatever that stupid saying is. I will tell you guys, words can hurt. And words have meaning, words have power. And I don't personally believe in telling somebody, oh, you shouldn't feel that way because it's just words. That person is just trying to upset you by using words that are offensive, derogatory, cruel, mean. So they can be hurtful. And if I didn't have the impulse control that I have, there might have been a few times that I did come on and just make a mess. And that's not what I'm here to do. Because early on, I realized two things. One, there are going to be people that simply don't like you. And number two, getting into the commentary space, my subscriber community would be a revolving door. Because at one point in time, I definitely will have an opinion that somebody disagrees with so strongly that they just want to leave my channel. And that is okay. You're not here under contract. Everybody is welcome. If you want to not subscribe and watch videos, that's fine. If you want to subscribe and not watch every video, that's fine. I'm not here to pressure people into consuming my content. I'm just here to make it. Who wants to watch it will, and those who don't, won't. It's all good. But when it comes to me not responding to people that are actually trolling and just full of hate and essentially being menaces, I automatically try to keep my impulse control functional and operating, because I know that if I let go of my impulses, I might say something that I regret. And just because someone uses words on me that are hurtful, it doesn't mean that I should come onto my channel and just unleash a bunch of hurtful words back at them, and then we're in this tit for tat. I've talked about this before, where there are some YouTubers who their content is tit for tat. A lot of it is responding to their quote haters and saying how people are coming for their mental health and they're being bullied, and a lot of their content is just that. And I never wanted my content to be this like back and forth battle. I'm just here to give my opinions and move on to the next video that I'm working on. Now, the second thing that I want to, and by the way, more on that will come. I will kind of expand on my thoughts during my Q&A, so stay tuned for that. And if you have questions, go put them on my community tab. I'll leave that post up when I post this so that you can hop over there and leave a question if you have one. But I want to talk about Candace Owens. Miss Candace Owens really grinds my gears consistently with the things that she will say. I'm not quite sure how somebody like Candace Owens has a platform and people that support her, because the woman is so full of hatred. It is alarming to me that people will stand around her and applaud the things that she says. And I want to highlight something that she said on her recent, on one of her recent podcasts regarding disability representation as it relates to the brand Skims. So as we all know, Skims is owned by Kim Kardashian. I've actually purchased a couple of their products. I'm not usually a customer of the Kardashian Jenners, but when Skims first came out, I was very curious and I ended up buying a couple of things from them. I enjoyed them. I thought that they were well made, and I love to see representation. Don't we all? Like, we should all want to see representation in beauty, clothing, all kinds of different genres of online retailers or brick and mortar stores. What is the problem with seeing representation? Why are we complaining about it? I will be referring to an article that I will link down below in case you guys want to read it in its entirety, but I want to highlight a couple of things. The article states in a recent episode of her podcast, Candace Owens, a conservative political commentator with a YouTube subscriber count of 1.4 million, expressed her views on disability representation in fashion campaigns. However, her remarks have generated a wave of outrage from members of the disabled community and their allies. Owens' remarks around the Skims adaptive collection by Kim Kardashian that features a disabled model in the campaign include phrases such as, quote, "I really don't understand how far we're going to take this inclusivity thing. I really don't get it, and if I am wrong, educate me," end quote. And she went on to say, quote, "A model in a wheelchair seems ridiculous." And whose idea was this? Was this your idea? Okay, you're fired.
That came up and I just went, really? Are we really doing this? Is this what we needed? Take a look at this. Ready? So it is a Skims campaign, and it is a woman that is in a bra and underwear. Skims is the undergarment brand that is owned by Kim Kardashian. She's in a bra and underwear, and she's in a wheelchair. She's in a wheelchair, and it says Skims, made for everybody, available now. Really? That's all I'm going to say is really. I don't really understand how far we're going to take this inclusivity thing. I really don't get it. I don't know. And if I'm wrong, again, educate me. Today, I just want to be educated in the comments. If people that are in wheelchairs were thinking as they were looking around, like, you know what really upsets me? That I've never seen a bra and underwear advertised with a girl in a wheelchair. Why did they do this? I don't know. I don't know why this needed to be done. I'm just getting tired of this all inclusivity thing. It seems ridiculous. I mean, we're going to be on crutches and be like, well, how come we don't have a girl that's broken her leg on crutches also in a bra and underwear? I don't feel included. I don't know. I don't think I can buy panties. I just can't buy panties because I don't know. I don't feel included. Look, I assumed that people that were in wheelchairs also have to buy bras and have to buy underwear. It's just something that I just assumed that was a thing. I didn't know that we needed to see that in our face. I didn't know that now we're going to have to look forward to campaigns where women that are in wheelchairs are now wearing bras and underwears because we as a society just cannot get to the bottom of our ridiculousness, because that's what it is. We are being ridiculous, America. When I see stuff like this, I just go, whose idea was this? Was it your idea? Okay, you're fired. I'd like to fire the person who was behind this ridiculous campaign. And by the way, I think people in wheelchairs will back me up on this. I think they're on my side. I think they think this is stupid. Let's all just agree today on Tuesday to stop.
And the person who was the model in this campaign was quoted for responding to Candace and saying, "It's so often assumed that the disability community should be felt bad for. The people I know that have disabilities are some of the most resilient people. Wheelchair users will not agree with Owens' views. If Owens truly wants to educate herself, she can reach out to me. I am not one for cancel culture. I believe in the power of education. I'd love to have a conversation and educate Candace." Now, that article is very long. I'm not going to go into all of the specifics of it, but as I said, if you want to read it, it will be linked down below in my description box. But I want to touch on this, and I'm going to include a couple of TikToks at the end for context so you can hear the words yourself. But I don't believe that a woman the age of Candace, with the life experience that she has, needs to have her hand held to be educated about why disability representation matters. I don't personally believe that. If you disagree, that's okay. But Candace Owens is not some young person who has no life experience, no idea what's going on, just like some lost little puppy in the woods who needs her hand held. I think by her throwing the "if I'm wrong, educate me" was to make herself sound less abrasive than she actually sounded. I think that it is incredibly hurtful to have an issue with equal representation in the fashion industry. Why are we here? Why are we here in 2023 where you have an issue that you are voicing with representation of a undergarment brand being able to provide a solid product to this entire community that is underrepresented? Skims is offering them a product that everybody needs. Everybody needs undergarments. And you have Candace Owens sitting up on her podcast taking issue with the fact that these people are being represented. Why the fuck are we here in 2023? Why are we here questioning representation? Why are we here with people standing on their platforms being hurtful, racist, cruel constantly? And then you have the other people who say, oh, this is not that big of a deal. Why are you so upset? Because it's disgusting. We go back to the TikTok that I just included in my last video, where you had a woman literally just flabbergasted by the point that a little person was the owner of this wonderful winery that she was planning on trying to do a shower at. She decided she wanted to just air it out on TikTok, as if being a little person took away from her ability to be a business owner, her ability to own a winery. I'm so tapped out with the amount of pure ignorance that I see every single day. And you have these people who are upset at people who are upset about people that are racist and ableist and homophobic. It makes me angry. And a lot of stuff I come across online, I try to not get too invested in it. But with something like this, it's just so beyond disgusting. Now, I know that people have their opinions about Kim Kardashian. I have my own opinions about Kim Kardashian. However, I think this line matters. I think it's amazing. And I love to see representation, period. One of the scary parts for me is that people like Candace Owens will say things like this that is just blatantly disgusting and have people applauding her. It's one thing, everyone can support who they want to support. But what I see with certain things is blatant racism, ableism, homophobia being vocalized, and the supporters of the person saying these things can't even take a step back and say, whoa, whoa, whoa. We're here for the message, or we like your content, or we like whatever, but you're also willing to excuse disgusting things that this person says. Nobody likes a bully, okay? And in my opinion, I think that in this situation, Candace Owens is being a big bully, and I think it's absolutely gross. So I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say. I'm pretty sure I know what you're going to say. But I just wanted to bring the conversation here. It's being talked about widely over on TikTok, and I think it's important to call these things out and have a conversation about it. But yeah, that's, the whole point. And as far as the beginning of the video, this whole thing about impulse control and having some self-control, again, I will elaborate on that more during my Q&A. But since I did get a couple of questions along the same kind of vein, I figured that I would touch on it in this video. And I think having impulse control is a really big thing on YouTube, because once the content's out there, if you just like go off the deep end and, say a bunch of stuff that you regret, once the video's out, it's tough. It's one thing to like, vent to somebody, vent the frustrations, like, I get it. Like I vent to my friends sometimes once in a while. But as far as like lashing out on a video, you can't really do a whole lot with that. And again, if it truly is trolling and is coming from a place of hate, those people thrive on your reaction. That's all they want is your attention, your energy, and your reaction. So either way, I think that's going to be enough rambling for today. So for now, if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.
Understand how far we're going to take this inclusivity thing.
How far are we going to take this whole inclusivity thing? Is a question that she asked. I'm only going to do this once. I'm not going to do it over. I'm not going to edit it. I have been sitting on this the entire morning, hoping to come up with a way to address this without attacking her personal character. This is the best that I can come up with. Now, there have been so many wonderful creators with a disability and without that have spoken out about this and have tried to educate her on all of the things that she said. However, there was one thing after "please educate me" that she said, and that is my cue to know that she does not give a shit about being educated. She is there to vomit her opinions and nothing more. So I am not going to educate her, but I am going to answer her question. Why am I not going to educate her? Because right after that, right after her saying educate me, she goes on to mock, saying that, oh, what's next? We're going to be in crutches and not see ourselves represented? That tells me she doesn't care. But one question that she asked was, how far are we going to take this inclusivity thing? I'm going to answer her right now, right here. We're going to take it as far as running you off the fucking internet. We're going to take it so far, we're going to be everywhere to the point that you cannot take it, that you cannot stand being in the internet because you cannot scroll without seeing us on ads, with our content creation being shared. You're not going to be able to get away with not seeing us. So that is how far we are going to take this inclusivity thing. If you are a person with a disability, I want you to take her words as encouragement to how much more work we still have to get done. Because it's not only going to be Skims, it's going to be every single industry. And you're going to be so sick of seeing us, we're going to get the last laugh.
Designed for disabled people. Let's take a look.
She's in a wheelchair. And it says Skims, made for everybody. Really? Are we really doing this? Is this what we need? When I see stuff like this, I just go, whose idea was this? Was it your idea? Okay, you're fired. I'd like to fire the person who was behind this ridiculous campaign. And by the way, I think people in wheelchairs will back me up on this. I think they're on my side. I think they think this is stupid. Let's all just agree today on Tuesday to stop being stupid. I don't really understand how far we're going to take this inclusivity thing. I really don't get it. I don't know. And if I'm wrong, again, educate me. Today, I just want to be educated.
Since she asked to be educated, I'd like to take the opportunity to do that.